hi, hey, hello, it's me, Mil X. Don't mind any noises you might hear in the background. Uh, well, he's trying not to mind. I'm not sure how loud those, those, I'm not sure if they'll get picked up by the mic or not, but anyways, I'm here to talk about the slow decline of tower defense games on Roblox, and what better way than to play one of the games that shows this example off. Uh, Teapot Tower Defense. Now, there's actually a lot of games, not just Teapot Tower Defense, and I wouldn't say Teapot Tower Defense is the only offender to this slow decline. There's been FNAF Tower Defense. I mean, I guess Over V Climax would count. I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't call it particularly innovative. So yeah, Over V Climax, um, this game, Teapot Tower Defense. I'm gonna go to my Roblox page. Let's see what I can find while while I'm speed running normal mode here. Master Tower Defense, Tool Tower Defense, and again, did Tool Tower Defense come out? Yeah, it did come out it came out last year, late last year, so I think I'll count it. Uh, yeah, Master Tower Defense, Tool Tower Defense, Teapot Tower Defense, Fenders. There's really, like, all of these are, first of all, way more popular than they deserve to be. Like, why are these games so popular? If you want a generic tower defense experience, then you should play something like TDS or Tower Battles that actually give not only a generic experience, also a polished experience, which is much unlike this game or games like it. Now, I don't I understand that it's not easy to come up with unique and new ideas, obviously. But I mean, at the same time, you can like Over V Climax. I can tell that it's attempting to be at least somewhat unique. It's not like complete, like just a carbon copy of TDS for the most part, or Tower Battles. Uh, so I'd say it's passable. So, there and obviously this game is not passable. It's not polished at all for one. Like the UI is all right, but like you could probably put these texts in better places for one. You could probably come up with better enemy designs than these. Then again, most of these are the fault of the old devs, as this game did switch hands when it comes to developers. There's currently a new dev team after the old one quit, so I guess it's more to blame on the old dev team than this new one. But I don't know, still, I guess. And of course, there's always a major flaw. With most of these games that are coming out, like obviously no game is gonna be perfect, but like all these games recently have had some kind of major flaw that just almost pretty much completely turns me off from it if I didn't have anything better to do. Teapot Tower Defense, for example, is just extremely grindy. Well, not extremely grindy, but I feel like it's not balanced. It's just not balanced, honestly. It's not balanced. The game is repetitive. Like, there's just a couple of maps, and to my knowledge, you don't get better rewards from harder maps. And I don't think you would want to play harder maps in the first place when this is pretty much objectively the best map for every scenario because of the looping path. Honestly, just get rid of this map. I don't like it, but you kind of have to play it if you want to be optimal. So yeah, this game has the trouble of being unbalanced considering Platinum Mini. The player base of this game has no idea what they're talking about. They say that, oh, Plat Mini is hard to get, so it should be overpowered. And yes, I get that it should be worth the grind, so to speak. But there's better ways to make it balanced, like because it's not balanced at the moment. I think the gold standard for overpowered towers would be the Golden Commando from Tower Battles. Uh, it's overpowered in survival, obviously, but play against anyone who's remotely competent in PvP, you're not gonna get much success from Golden Commando. You're not gonna get much success from Golden Commando in events either, because they pressure you to not farm. So you can't get Golden Commando. Well, you can, but it's not gonna be very effective. And you have to resort to the usual late game towers, which evens the playing field for all the players, which is fair. It's balanced, which is good, obviously. The issue this game has right now is that its events don't apply enough pressure, and since the game devs want the events to be challenging, they balance it around the existence of Platinum Mini, which is overpowered. There's obviously a couple of solutions to this. Change the design without making the extremely volatile Platinum Mini users incredibly angry. Because trust me, they are the most brainless people I've ever seen. I have talked to some of them. They're just I don't get them, man. Anywho, there's a few solutions. Obviously, the first solution is the best solution in my opinion is to change the design of the events to apply constant pressure to disincentivize farming so that people use towers like Exterminator or Minigunner, such and such, and not Platinum Mini. Now that's my first suggestion. But obviously, I don't actually know exactly how to perfectly get that. Honestly, like I guess try to follow the Tower Battles wave format when they come to their events, around 10 to 15 waves, maybe 20 or 25. I guess that'll work, but I don't know if that will. But I don't know if that will work, considering some games I know have tried that, and even then, you still can farm pretty effectively. So I'm not sure about that. But the easier solution is to ban Platinum Mini from the events and balance the events around like actual more easily accessible towers like Exterminator. The community, the Platinum Mini community will say, then what's the point of getting Platinum Mini? I don't know. Should there be a point? Why should the players be forced to grind for this tower just to beat an event? I feel like that's just not good design whatsoever. You make the play. It's the player's decision if they want to grind or not. And unless you make the events, and every no no sorry, every event is designed to be FOMO, the fear of missing out. You cannot deny that if you add an event to your game, you are capitalizing on FOMO. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a common practice. But, when you require Platinum Mini, at that point, first of all, you're separating the community between the people who do have Platinum Mini and the people who don't. Because the people who do have Platinum Mini, you're going to be able to carry people in events very easily, etc., etc. Do all sorts of things without needing any kind of help. And the people who don't, you're going to want help from the players who do have Platinum Mini. And this obviously creates a divide between your community, which is not good. Anyways, that's Teapot Tower Defense's issue. and in my opinion, it's a pretty large one. The devs, from what I can tell, are trying their best to fix it, but at the same time, I can also tell they're very inexperienced. The owner is, I think, 13. No 13-year-old should be in charge of a Roblox deving group. I'm just saying. Uh, like, you do not have the skills usually to manage a group of individuals while still remaining organized. Hell, man, like, I know freaking 17-year-olds, if 15, 16, 17-year-olds, not even they can properly manage a testing group or like properly organize things. It's crazy because, teens don't have proper management skills. They should not be in charge of they should not be in charge, or like held responsible of a bunch of other human beings. It's just not a good idea at all. Which is why I'm not a Roblox game owner. And if you want an example that this is a terrible idea, I should introduce you to Brick Defense's owner, Eternal Dev, which uh, he, if he finds this video, he's obviously gonna tell me to kill myself or something along those lines, because he's an immature little brat. He's only 14. He's an owner of a dev. He's the owner of Brick Defense. He has a dev or dev. He's managing a bunch of devs. Not a bunch, I think. I honestly have no clue, but he manages people, obviously, and that's not good because he does not treat them well at all. Like, he's just an unpleasant person in general. He's homophobic. He treats his ex devs terribly, etc., and a bunch of other terrible things. I've a bunch of friends that have worked with him before have told me all about him, and from what I heard, he's banned from like 70 plus Roblox deving groups. He actually partnered with this game, Teapot Tower Defense, and the partnership did not end well because he's just such a petty little brat, man. He got pissy over the fact that this game decided to add an engineer tower after they added their engineer tower. And yes, the devs of this game did confirm that it was inspired, but they don't own the idea of an engineer tower. It's been done by TDS before, it's been done by Evolution Evade before. It's not new. So, like, to add this entitled, you should not be in charge of a dev group at all, a dev team. That's just no. That's a recipe for disaster, and it most definitely is, considering the amount of people that have bad things to say about him. But we all know there's not really consequences for him. There's no consequences on Roblox, so yeah, I don't really care. The best you can do is just dislike the games that you think are bad and don't give them your time of day. And if enough people do it, then people who make these games will stop making these games, hopefully, and make better games. But that's about all I can say with a solution because there's not really a better one. Uh, yeah, it's unfortunate to see this genre slowly declining. I mean, I do know a couple of devs that are working on really unique experiences that are well, well made, polished, unique, with a bunch of cool mechanics that they're planning. But I don't think those will come out this year. I highly doubt it, given how large some of their scopes are. But you know, it's a small glimmer of hope in this wasteland of crap like this. I encourage you to try to find games that you enjoy and that are good, but hopefully not in the tower defense genre because this genre is just a wasteland on Roblox. Outside of Roblox, I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't really keep up outside of Roblox. But in Roblox, yeah, it's just been awful. Uh, oh yeah, and if you're curious about the whole Eternal Dev thing, I'll leave a link in the description to a document that exposes just a small fraction of the terrible things he's done. But in the meantime, this has been MilX, and this is the first time I've done commentary over gameplay. And I'm signing out now. Like and subscribe or something like that. I don't know, whatever the YouTubers say.